G'day everyone, Mike here. Today we're diving deep into a story that's been brewing beneath the surface of Australia's coffee culture for decades. A story that might just shake your faith in your favorite morning ritual. Coffee is Australia's unofficial national drink, and let's be honest, most Aussies can't start their day without a good brew. But how did we get here? The love affair began after World War II, when Italian immigrants brought espresso culture to our shores. By the 1950s, the first espresso machines were hissing away in Sydney and Melbourne, and soon, the flat white became as iconic as Vegemite on toast. But have you ever wondered what's really in your cup? Behind every flat white and long black, there might be more than meets the eye. Over the years, whispers of dodgy deals and questionable practices have swirled through the industry. In the 1980s, a major Sydney roaster was caught secretly blending Robusta beans into their 100% Arabica blends, fooling customers and pocketing the profits. Fast forward to today, and recent independent lab tests have revealed that many popular Aussie coffee brands aren't what they claim. Fillers, artificial flavorings, and even banned additives have been detected in some supermarket blends. In one shocking case, a premium brand was found to contain more chicory than actual coffee, leaving customers with a bitter aftertaste and a lighter wallet. And it doesn't stop there. Dodgy roasting techniques are hiding behind those familiar labels. Some brands even use beans so old, they'd make your grandma's pantry look fresh. In 2019, a whistleblower from a major roasting facility revealed that unsold beans were being re-roasted and repackaged as fresh, a practice that strips away flavor and nutrition, but boosts profits. Today, we're naming names and exposing the supermarket coffee industry's biggest secrets. Did you know that some premium blends are bulked up with cheap fillers like chicory or even barley? These additives not only dilute the taste, but can also trigger allergies and digestive issues in unsuspecting drinkers. And yet, the packaging still boasts 100% coffee, a claim that's rarely challenged. So before you take another sip, grab a real coffee. You'll want it for this. Because what you're about to hear might just change the way you see your morning cuppa forever. The great Aussie coffee conspiracy is real, and it's time we all woke up and smelled the truth. Let's start with a classic, International Roast, a name that's been etched into the memory of generations of coffee drinkers. For many Aussies, it's the taste of childhood mornings, the smell wafting from the kitchen as parents rush to get ready for work. It's the tin you'd spot at your grandparents' house, or the one passed around at community halls and church gatherings. But behind this familiar red tin lies a story that's far more complicated and controversial than most people realize. International Roast was first introduced in the mid-20th century, at a time when Australia's coffee culture was still in its infancy. The brand was marketed as a modern, convenient solution for busy families and workers. Its instant format promised speed and simplicity, and the bright red tin quickly became a fixture in pantries across the country. But as the years went by, questions began to surface about what was really inside that iconic can. For decades, it's been everywhere. Homes, offices, you name it. It's the default choice in countless pantries and break rooms, always within arm's reach. Some even remember the ritual of scooping out the powder, the metallic scrape of the spoon against the tin, and the promise of a hot cup to start the day. But as coffee culture evolved, so did consumer expectations. An International Roast started to fall behind. Here's the uncomfortable truth. International Roast is barely coffee. It's more of a coffee-flavored shadow than the real thing. If you've ever wondered why it tastes so flat, there's a reason. The brand has long relied on the lowest grade Robusta beans, rejects, often defective or even moldy, beans that wouldn't make the cut anywhere else. In fact, some former factory workers have shared stories of entire shipments being accepted that would be tossed out by specialty roasters. To mask these flaws, the beans are roasted until burnt, leaving only bitterness behind and destroying any subtlety or nuance. The result? A cup that tastes more like charred wood than coffee. This process isn't about enhancing flavor, it's about hiding defects, and it's a practice that's drawn criticism from coffee experts and consumers alike. The harsh, burnt taste conditioned generations to think coffee should be bitter rather than rich or complex. Many Aussies grew up believing that if your coffee didn't make you wince, it wasn't strong enough. But as specialty coffee shops began to pop up in cities and towns, more people started to question why their morning cup tasted so unpleasant. The process doesn't stop there. The beans are steam-treated, stripping away aroma and complexity, leaving nothing but a flat, lifeless brew. It's a shortcut that sacrifices everything that makes coffee special. This industrial approach is all about efficiency and shelf life, not about taste or quality. What's left is a hollow, burnt powder. Coffee in name only, lacking any real character or depth. It's the kind of coffee you drink out of habit, not enjoyment. And for many, that habit was hard to break, even as better options became available. International Roast is a product of convenience and cost, not quality. The goal was never to make great coffee, just cheap coffee. For companies, it was about filling shelves and maximizing profit, not delighting taste buds. This business model has come under fire from coffee advocates who argue that it's led to a race to the bottom in terms of quality. The marketing sold us the international way, but it was just a clever way to turn waste into profit, dressed up in a shiny red tin. Old commercials promised sophistication and worldliness, but what we got was a shortcut in a can. The disconnect between the advertising and the actual product has fueled a growing sense of betrayal among longtime customers. International Roast set the bar low, teaching us to drown coffee in milk and sugar just to make it drinkable. For many, the ritual became less about enjoying coffee and more about masking its flaws. This has led to a generational divide, with younger coffee drinkers rejecting the old ways in favor of more authentic experiences. For some, International Roast is nostalgia, a reminder of simpler times, family breakfasts, and community gatherings. But even those who grew up with it admit there are better options now. The brand's legacy is complicated. It's both a symbol of comfort and a cautionary tale about settling for less. International Roast is the poster child for everything wrong with mass-produced coffee. Cheap, bland, and uninspired. It's a symbol of an era when convenience trumped quality, and when consumers had few alternatives. But as awareness grows, so does the demand for change. It's not real coffee. It's a science experiment in a red tin, engineered for shelf life, not satisfaction. The focus was on making it last, not making it taste good. This approach has sparked controversy, with critics arguing that it's time for the industry to prioritize quality over profit. If you want to know what coffee should taste like, look elsewhere. Seek out beans with real flavor and care behind them. Try a local roaster, or visit a cafe that takes pride in their brew. You'll taste the difference immediately, and you'll understand why so many are turning away from instant brands like International Roast. The legacy of International Roast is a bitter one, literally and figuratively, shaping our expectations for the worse. But it doesn't have to stay that way. The controversy surrounding the brand has sparked a movement for better coffee, and more people are demanding transparency and quality. It's time to say goodbye to the red tin and leave this relic of the past behind. Let's make room for something better, both for our taste buds and for the planet. Discover what real coffee can be: vibrant, aromatic, and full of life. Once you've tasted the real thing, you'll never want to go back. The difference is night and day, and your morning ritual will never be the same. Don't let nostalgia keep you stuck in the past. Your taste buds deserve better, and so does your morning ritual. It's time to raise the bar. Demand the coffee you truly deserve, and leave the International Roast deception behind for good. Moccona, fancy glass jar, premium price, but what's inside? The packaging is undeniably eye-catching, promising a premium experience before you even twist off the lid. Many first-time buyers admit they're drawn in by the elegant design, expecting something special inside. But as countless coffee drinkers have discovered, the reality inside that beautiful jar is far less impressive than the exterior suggests. The freeze-drying process sounds impressive, but it can't fix bad beans. No matter how advanced the technology, it can't transform mediocre ingredients into something exceptional. Some consumers say the marketing makes them believe they're getting a cafe-quality brew, only to be let down after the first cup. Take Sarah, a self-proclaimed coffee enthusiast from Melbourne. She recalls, "I bought Moccona for a dinner party, thinking it would impress my guests. The jar looked so sophisticated on the table, but the coffee itself was bland and forgettable. My friends even asked if I'd accidentally bought a generic brand. Moccona uses cheap Robusta, just like the budget brands. Despite the upscale look, the contents are no different from what you'd find in bargain instant coffee. Some regular drinkers have even compared it to supermarket generics, saying the taste is nearly identical. In blind taste tests, Moccona often ranks side by side with the most basic instant coffees, leaving many to wonder what exactly they're paying extra for. The result? A slightly smoother but still bitter, one-dimensional coffee. It lacks the complexity and depth that real coffee lovers crave. Online reviews are filled with comments about the flat, uninspired flavor profile. One reviewer wrote, "It's like drinking hot water with a hint of bitterness. No aroma, no richness, just disappointment. The jar looks great, but the coffee is mediocre. It's a classic case of style over substance, where the container outshines what's inside." Many consumers admit they keep buying it for the jar, not the coffee. In fact, entire online communities share creative ways to reuse Moccona jars. Everything from pantry storage to DIY terrariums. The coffee, meanwhile, is often poured down the drain. They're vague about bean origins. A blend of the world's finest means whatever's cheapest. You never really know what you're getting in each jar. Coffee enthusiasts often express frustration at the lack of transparency. Compare this to specialty brands that proudly display the farm, region, and even the altitude where their beans are grown. With Moccona, it's all a mystery. No transparency, no traceability, just clever marketing. The story on the label is more fiction than fact. Some customers feel misled, expecting a premium product, but receiving something generic. One longtime buyer, Mark, shared, "I thought I was getting something special, but after reading up on it, I realized I was just paying for a story." Many notice a chemical aftertaste, a sign of industrial processing. That lingering flavor is hard to ignore once you've tasted better coffee. Social media is full of people sharing their disappointment with the aftertaste. "It tastes like plastic," one user wrote, "and I can't get rid of the flavor no matter how much milk I add." You're paying for the jar and the lifestyle, not the coffee. The empty jar might find a second life in your pantry, but the coffee rarely leaves a lasting impression. In fact, many people say the jar is the only reason they'd consider buying it again. It's become a running joke. Buy Moccona for the jar, not the coffee. For the same price, you could get fresh, single-origin beans from a local roaster. That's real value. Better taste, better quality, and a story you can trust. Coffee fans often recommend supporting local cafes instead. In side-by-side comparisons, specialty beans consistently outperform Moccona in aroma, flavor, and satisfaction. Moccona is a triumph of marketing over substance. The brand sells an image, not a genuine coffee experience. Some consumers feel duped by the glossy ads and empty promises. "It's all about the lifestyle," says one former fan, "but the coffee just doesn't deliver." The freeze-drying is a gimmick when the beans are low-grade. No process can mask the shortcuts taken at the source. Industry insiders point out that true quality starts with the bean, not the process. When you start with cheap Robusta, no amount of technology can create a premium cup. Don't be fooled by the glass. What's inside is just dressed up instant coffee. The illusion fades with the first sip. Many regret the purchase after tasting, wishing they'd chosen something else. "I wanted to love it," says Emma, "but I ended up pouring it out and making a trip to my local cafe instead." The promise of European luxury is just that, a promise. The reality is far less glamorous than the branding suggests. Some customers even joke that the only thing European is the font on the label. The sophisticated branding is all surface, with nothing substantial to back it up. The reality is a bitter, uninspired cup. It's a letdown for anyone expecting more. Disappointment is a common theme in online reviews and taste tests. "Never again," writes one reviewer. "I'll stick to my local roaster from now on." If you want real quality, skip the jar. Seek out coffee that's as good as it looks. Many former Moccona drinkers say they've switched to whole beans and never looked back. The difference in freshness, flavor, and satisfaction is night and day. Your money and your palate deserve better. Treat yourself to coffee that's made with care, not just clever packaging. The difference is clear from the very first sip. Once you've tasted real, freshly roasted coffee, there's no going back. Don't settle for style over substance. Choose coffee that delivers on both taste and quality. Let the jar be a lesson, not a temptation. Remember, great coffee is about what's inside, not just the container. There's better coffee out there, waiting for you to discover it. Don't let a pretty jar fool you. Your next great cup is just around the corner. Make the switch and taste the difference for yourself. Let's talk about Nescafé Gold, the so-called premium instant coffee that's impossible to miss on supermarket shelves. With its gleaming gold label and relentless advertising, it's designed to catch your eye and convince you that you're buying something special. But as the old saying goes, not all that glitters is gold. In fact, when it comes to coffee, the shine on the outside often hides a much duller reality within. The gold label is meant to signal quality, but let's dig deeper. Most of what's inside is cheap Robusta beans, known for their bitterness and lack of complexity. This is a classic industry trick. Dress up a basic product in fancy packaging, slap on a premium label, and hope you won't look too closely at what's actually inside. Sure, there's a sprinkle of Arabica beans in the mix, but it's not enough to mask the harsh, flat taste. It's like putting lipstick on a pig. No matter how you dress it up, the flavor just isn't there. And this isn't just my opinion. In blind taste tests conducted by consumer advocacy groups, Nescafé Gold consistently ranks below expectations, with many testers describing the flavor as bland, bitter, or uninspired. The freeze-drying process used for instant coffee is the same whether you're buying a budget brand or a so-called luxury one. The real difference is the quality of the beans that go in. If you start with low-grade beans, no amount of processing can turn them into something exceptional. Industry insiders have admitted that the premium label is often just a marketing decision, not a reflection of what's in the jar. You're paying for packaging, not quality. And it's not just Nescafé. Many brands use gold, silver, or gourmet labels to make their coffee seem special, when it's really just the same old blend inside. In 2019, a major Australian consumer report found that several premium instant coffees were nearly identical in taste and composition to their cheaper counterparts, despite costing up to twice as much. But there's a bigger issue at play here: ethics. The coffee industry is notorious for its complex and often opaque supply chains, where the real cost of a premium label is paid by someone else. In 2022, Nestlé's supply chain was linked to slave labor in Brazil, a scandal that rocked the industry. Investigations revealed that workers on some plantations faced appalling conditions, with little oversight from the companies buying their beans. And Nestlé isn't alone. Other big brands have faced similar scandals, hiding behind glossy marketing while workers suffer. A 2020 case study by the NGO Reporter Brazil exposed how even certified coffee can slip through the cracks, with certification bodies sometimes failing to catch abuses. When you buy Nescafé Gold, you're not just buying a cup of coffee, you're supporting a system with a history of exploitation. The real price of that premium label is paid by the people at the bottom of the supply chain. And what about Nestlé's response? Lots of talk, little real change. They promise to do better, but the problems keep coming back. In 2023, Nestlé announced new sustainability initiatives, but investigative journalists found that many of these programs lack transparency and measurable results. The relentless demand for cheap coffee drives down prices and standards across the industry. When brands focus on flashy branding instead of fair sourcing, everyone loses, except the marketers. According to a 2021 industry report, less than 10% of the retail price of instant coffee actually goes to the farmers who grow the beans. The gold is just clever marketing. There's nothing premium inside. It's a story told by the label, not the coffee. In fact, a 2022 blind taste test by Choice Australia found that several supermarket own brand coffees outperformed Nescafé Gold in both taste and aroma. Even if you ignore the ethics, the coffee itself is bland and uninspired. You're left with a cup that's all promise, no payoff. One reviewer summed it up perfectly. It's coffee for people who don't really like coffee. Billions spent on advertising can't hide a mediocre product. Remember, the more a brand spends on ads, the more you should question what's actually in the jar. In 2021, Nescafe's global ad spend topped $1 billion. Money that could have gone into better beans, fairer wages, or more sustainable practices. The gold label is the ultimate deception. It's not just about Nescafe. Look out for platinum, reserve, or gourmet on other brands too. These words are often just marketing smoke and mirrors. In 2018, a major UK study found that premium instant coffees were almost indistinguishable from regular ones in blind tastings. For a truly golden coffee experience, look elsewhere. Seek out local roasters or brands that focus on quality and transparency, not just shiny labels. Many small Australian roasters publish detailed sourcing information and pay above market rates to farmers, ensuring both quality and fairness. Don't let branding fool you. The best coffee often comes in the simplest packaging. Case in point, a 2020 survey of Australian coffee drinkers found that independent brands with plain packaging consistently scored higher for taste and satisfaction than the big flashy names. Choose coffee that's good in the cup and good for the world. Look for brands that are honest about their sourcing and put people before profits. Because when it comes to coffee, the real gold is in the quality, the ethics, and the story behind every bean, not the label on the jar. Republica Coffee, organic, fair trade, specialty. On the surface, it sounds like the perfect ethical and gourmet choice, right? But let's dig a little deeper into what's really behind those claims. In recent years, the word specialty has become a golden ticket in the coffee world, promising not just a better cup, but a better world. But is it always what it seems? The word specialty isn't just a marketing buzzword, it's a technical term. Coffee must be graded 80+ by certified Q graders to earn that title. It's a rigorous process, not just a label you slap on a bag. According to Sarah Kim, a Q grader and coffee consultant, true specialty coffee is about traceability, transparency, and a cup profile that stands out. It's not something you can mass produce for supermarket shelves. Yet, Republica's specialty coffee is mass produced and distributed to supermarkets nationwide. True specialty coffee is almost never found in these settings. It's too small batch, too carefully sourced. When you see Republica next to instant coffee and big brand blends, it's clear. This isn't the exclusive world of micro lots and direct trade. Republica leans heavily on the specialty label in their marketing, but there's no public evidence of Q-grader scores or transparent sourcing. It's a story crafted for the shelf, not for the cup. Their website is filled with buzzwords, but when you look for details, origin, farm, processing method, or actual scores, it's all smoke and mirrors. So, how does Republica actually taste? We brought in a panel of coffee professionals for a blind taste test. The verdict: the coffee itself is perfectly drinkable, but it lacks the complexity, sweetness, and vibrancy that true specialty beans deliver. It's a safe middle-of-the-road cup, says barista champion Alex Tran. There's nothing offensive, but nothing memorable either. Organic and fair trade certifications are great for the environment and for farmers, but they don't guarantee a memorable cup. Republica's focus on these labels can distract from what's actually in your mug. As coffee expert James Harper notes, certifications are important, but they're not a substitute for real quality or transparency. Organic means fewer chemicals, not necessarily better flavor. Some of the world's best coffees aren't certified organic, they're just grown with care. The obsession with labels can sometimes overshadow the real craft behind great coffee. Fair trade helps ensure farmers are paid fairly, but it doesn't guarantee the beans are expertly grown, processed, or roasted. Fair trade is a step in the right direction, says Harper, but it's not a guarantee of excellence in the cup. These labels create a halo effect, making average coffee seem exceptional. It's easy to be swept up by the feel-good factor, but when you peel back the layers, the substance often doesn't match the story. But you're paying a premium for certifications and buzzwords, not for taste. The price tag reflects the story, not the sensory experience. In our taste test, Republica's price didn't match its performance. Republica sits in the middle ground, better than instant, but nowhere near the level of a true specialty roaster. It's a compromise, not a revelation. For those seeking a genuine specialty experience, it falls short. The marketing does the heavy lifting. Republica's story is designed to make you feel good about your purchase, even if the coffee itself is just average. It's a masterclass in branding, but not in brewing. It's a narrative that appeals to well-intentioned shoppers who want to do the right thing, but it doesn't always deliver in the cup. "I wanted to support ethical coffee," says one shopper, "but after trying a local roaster, I realized what I was missing." Many people try Republica expecting something special, only to find the cup underwhelming for the price. The promise doesn't match the reality. The disappointment is real, especially for those who know what true specialty coffee can be. Don't be fooled by labels. Quality comes from what's inside, not what's on the bag. The real test is always in the taste. Look for transparency, not just terminology. If you want real specialty coffee, seek out a dedicated roaster. Ask about their sourcing, their scores, and their process. Buzzwords don't equal flavor. A true specialty roaster will be proud to share their story and their scores, says Kim. Demand more from your coffee. Don't settle for a story. Look for substance in every cup. The Republica specialty myth is just that, a myth. The real magic of coffee is found in the details, the dedication, and the deliciousness of every sip. Illy, iconic can, Italian style, premium price. The brand is instantly recognizable, with its sleek metallic packaging and bold red logo promising a taste of Italian sophistication. But behind that promise lies a trend that's become all too common in the coffee world: pressurized packaging. This method, while visually impressive and marketed as a technological marvel, is at the heart of what I call pressurized mediocrity. Illy's pressurized can claims to lock in freshness, but it's mostly a gimmick. The satisfying pop when you open it is more about show than substance. This isn't unique to Illy. Other brands have tried similar tricks, using nitrogen or vacuum-sealed cans to create the illusion of just roasted coffee. The reality is, once coffee is roasted, and especially once it's ground, the clock starts ticking. No amount of pressurization can truly halt the staling process. The aroma, the volatile oils, the subtle notes that make coffee special, they all begin to fade no matter how fancy the container. The pressurized can is a symbol of consistency but not of quality. Every can is engineered to taste the same, batch after batch, year after year. For some, this predictability is comforting. But for true coffee lovers, it's a sign of compromise. The uniformity comes at the expense of excitement and discovery. Coffee at its best is a living product, its flavors shifting with the seasons, the origin, the roast, and even the brewing method. Illy sells pre-ground coffee that could be months old, sitting on shelves long after its peak. The can is about consistency, not true freshness. Every can tastes the same, but that sameness comes at the cost of excitement. Other pressurized brands follow the same formula: uniformity over uniqueness. When you open a can of Illy, you're not tasting the terroir of a specific region or the artistry of a small batch roaster. You're tasting a product engineered for mass appeal, designed to offend no one and thrill even fewer. Illy offers just one blend, 100% Arabica, roasted to a mild, inoffensive profile. It's designed to avoid offending anyone's palate. But 100% Arabica is a label used by many pressurized coffee brands, and it doesn't guarantee quality. Arabica beans can range from exceptional to utterly bland, depending on their source and how they're handled. At Illy's scale, quality control means blending beans from multiple origins to achieve a uniform taste. This process smooths out the rough edges, but it also erases the unique characteristics that make coffee from different regions so fascinating. At Illy's scale, they use commodity-grade beans, not the best of the best. Mass production means compromise. You're paying for the brand, the can, and the illusion of luxury. The marketing is as rich as the coffee should be. This is true for other pressurized brands as well: fancy packaging, average coffee. The price tag suggests exclusivity, but the contents are designed for the lowest common denominator. The focus is on shelf life, not on the vibrant, fleeting flavors that define truly great coffee. The pressurized can is theater, not substance. It's a clever trick, but it doesn't make the coffee inside any better. Compare that to buying whole beans from a local roaster, where freshness and flavor are the real selling points, not the hiss of escaping gas. When you grind your own beans just before brewing, you unlock a world of aromas and flavors that no can could ever preserve. Brewing methods like pour-over, French press, or espresso with freshly ground beans reveal the true potential of coffee. Complex, dynamic, and deeply satisfying. Illy is a masterclass in branding, not in coffee quality. The image is everything, but the taste is secondary. Don't be seduced by the packaging. Look past the shine and ask what's really inside. The same goes for any coffee that relies on pressurized cans to sell itself. As consumers, we deserve more than mediocrity wrapped in a beautiful shell. We should expect transparency about sourcing, roasting dates, and the real story behind the beans. The real Italian coffee experience is out there, just not in a can. It's found in lively cafes and fresh brews, not on a supermarket shelf. Choose variety, freshness, and flavor over empty promises. Explore the world of coffee beyond the big brands and their pressurized products. Whether you prefer a classic espresso, a delicate pour-over, or a bold French press, the best results come from freshly roasted, carefully sourced beans. The ritual of brewing becomes an adventure, not a routine. The can is beautiful, but the coffee is forgettable. Don't let style distract you from substance. Demand more from your daily brew. Your coffee ritual deserves better than mediocrity in a shiny, pressurized can. Seek out roasters who care about quality, who celebrate the diversity of coffee, and who invite you to taste something new with every cup. That's the true antidote to pressurized mediocrity. Robert Timms, famous for coffee bags and convenience. But let's dig deeper into how the convenience trend has completely reshaped the coffee aisle, and what that means for your cup, your wallet, and even your daily habits. Over the past decade, convenience coffee has exploded. From single-serve pods to instant sachets and now coffee bags, brands have capitalized on our need for speed. The idea? Real coffee. As easy as tea. It's tempting, especially when mornings are rushed and every minute counts. But this shift isn't just about saving time. It's about changing the way we think about coffee itself. The promise of convenience is seductive. You wake up, grab a bag, dunk it, and you're done. No grinding, no measuring, no waiting for a kettle to cool to the perfect temperature. But the reality is often disappointing. Stale, pre-ground coffee that's lost its soul before it even hits your cup. The ritual is gone, replaced by a shortcut that leaves you with less. Here's the science. Coffee loses flavor fast after grinding. Those bags could be months old by the time you buy them. I've opened a box before and been hit with the smell of cardboard, not coffee. The volatile aromatics that make coffee magical, gone, sacrificed for shelf life and speed. To mask staleness, these brands rely on dark, over-roasted blends, bitter and one-dimensional. It's like burning toast to cover up that it's gone stale. The result is a cup that's harsh, flat, and often unpleasant, designed to be drowned in milk and sugar just to make it palatable. The beans themselves are commodity grade, chosen for cost, not quality. It's the fast food of coffee, quick, cheap, and forgettable. The focus is on volume and profit, not on the nuanced flavors or ethical sourcing that specialty coffee celebrates. The result? Harsh, ashy coffee that needs milk and sugar to be drinkable. I've seen people drown these in sweetener just to get through the cup. It's a habit that changes your palate, making you crave sugar instead of the natural sweetness and complexity of freshly brewed coffee. And here's the kicker. The only real selling point is convenience, but it comes at a high price. You're paying more for less. Less flavor, less freshness, less satisfaction. Per gram, these bags can cost more than premium whole beans, and you're left with a cup that's a shadow of what coffee can be. And let's not forget the waste. Single-serve bags create a mountain of packaging waste. It's convenience for you, but a headache for the planet. Billions of single-use sachets end up in landfill every year, and most aren't recyclable or compostable. The marketing sells a solution to a minor problem. Brewing real coffee isn't that hard. A French press or pour over takes just a few minutes more, but the difference is night and day. You get control, freshness, and a ritual that's as rewarding as the drink itself. You pay more per gram for less quality and more waste. It's a classic case of style over substance. The packaging looks modern, the process is quick, but the experience is hollow. It's an economic and environmental trap. The convenience trend is costing us more than we realize, not just in dollars, but in lost flavor, lost ritual, and a growing pile of waste. Sure, for camping or emergencies, these bags have their place. When you're far from a kitchen or need a quick fix, they're handy. But for daily drinking, there are so many better options that don't sacrifice taste or sustainability. Don't trade flavor and sustainability for a few seconds of convenience. Your daily ritual deserves better. Compostable grounds, reusable filters, and freshly ground beans are all within reach, and they make a world of difference. Your coffee ritual deserves more than a dunked bag. There's something special about brewing coffee fresh, even if it takes a little longer. The aroma, the anticipation, the first sip. It's a moment worth savoring, not rushing. Skip the shortcut. Brew something worth savoring. Convenience shouldn't mean compromise. Make your coffee count and let your mornings be something to look forward to, not just another task to rush through. The rise of convenience coffee has changed our habits, but it's up to us to reclaim the ritual, the quality, and the joy that coffee can bring. 6 brands, 6 stories, each hiding mediocre coffee behind clever marketing and empty promises. But your daily cup deserves so much more than what's mass-produced and shipped across continents. You don't have to settle for bland, stale, or ethically questionable coffee. You can brew a better cup, right at home. Most supermarket coffee is designed for profit and shelf life, not for taste or sustainability. The beans are often roasted months before they reach your kitchen, losing their vibrant flavors and unique aromas. If you want a truly satisfying brew, start by skipping the mass-produced blends and seek out coffee that's roasted fresh, ideally within days of purchase. The trade-off for convenience. You lose out on flavor, freshness, and often ethical sourcing. Always check the roast date, not just the expiration date, on every bag. Freshly roasted beans can transform your morning ritual, delivering complex notes and a rich aroma that pre-ground stale coffee simply can't match. Remember, coffee is at its peak within 2 to 4 weeks of roasting. Don't be fooled by shiny packaging or buzzwords like gourmet or premium. True quality is about transparency. Look for details. Where were the beans grown? Who roasted them? Are they single origin or a blend? Ethical sourcing, direct trade, and clear roast dates matter far more than flashy labels. Ask questions. Good roasters love to share their story. Cheap coffee always comes at a cost, sometimes to your taste buds, sometimes to the farmers and the environment. Low prices often mean low wages for growers and poor farming practices. By investing a little more in your beans, you support fair wages, sustainable agriculture, and a better future for coffee communities worldwide. And you'll taste the difference in every sip. Your daily cup is a ritual. Make it extraordinary. Grind your beans just before brewing to unlock their full flavor. Experiment with different brew methods: French press, pour over, AeroPress, or espresso, to find what suits your taste. Use filtered water, as tap water can dull the coffee's natural notes. Even small changes, like adjusting your grind size or water temperature, can make a world of difference. Seek out local roasters and specialty cafes. These passionate experts source beans directly from farmers, roast in small batches, and are eager to help you discover new origins and flavor profiles. Don't be afraid to ask for recommendations or sample different coffees. You might find a fruity Ethiopian, a chocolatey Colombian, or a nutty Brazilian that becomes your new favorite. Support local roasters, demand transparency, and savor the difference. Share your discoveries with friends, host coffee tastings, and explore new flavors together. Coffee is more than a habit. It's a journey, a community, and a chance to make a positive impact with every cup. You deserve better coffee. Brew it right, and let every sip inspire you to seek out the